Hello there Pixel Pushers, Sadiq Hussain here with another Affinity photo tutorial. This time we're going to be creating a signature stamp or a text stamp if you like, replicating something that's iconic and very famous. So if we go to a album cover from the late 70s, 79, UB40, their very first album, studio album, although I would hasten to call it a studio album because it was put together in a makeshift set of studios in the Midlands. But this was their first iconic album, UB40 Signing Off. But it's this signing off symbol at the bottom here that we're trying to replicate, simply using the text tool and some paintbrushes to distress it, or maybe using the blend modes as well. Okay, and then you can obviously then put it on another image similar to this here. We obviously don't need to create this text here on the left, which we can delete that now. So we can just get rid of that. So putting that on an image or an album cover or some artwork of your own, of course. So it's the creating of this that we're going to be looking at today. Okay, this is Cardiff. I'm here in Cardiff, as you can see behind me. But this is my old university, Cardiff in South Wales, in the UK. But I was here at an event, so I thought I'd to create a quick video on using text creatively, and we'll be doing a series of different videos on tutorials on creating text tools and using the text tools to create stamps and different replicating different logos and other creative uses of text on your photographs, or in fact in graphic art per se. Okay, so let's get going. And really what you need to do is start with a blank sheet of paper, and let's just go back to the beginning. So just open up a new blank document, so file, new, you know the score, choose one. Doesn't really matter what it is that you choose, and we go to the text tool, of course, and for now just type something in, and we'll just replicate what we did there. Okay, and then we just select all the text, get the formatting right. So we wanted center justified, so that the second word goes in the center, and while it's highlighted we can of course change the font to whatever font you want to use. And I used one with a serif font with some flourishes around the edges, but you choose whatever is suitable for what you're going to be using it for. And of course you can change the font at any time as long as you keep that option open. So let me just choose something that's quite dramatic. Actually I'm going to choose this, something slightly different, and we can change the size of it at any time. Let's just change the size. And then we want to put a border around it. So use the shape tool here, and the rounded rectangle tool is fine, but of course you can choose one of the others if you wish. And initially just drag and draw over it. We don't want any fill on it, so click on the fill, make that totally transparent, but we do want a line. So make sure you click on the line, and we have a line, but we don't want the line to be white. Okay, so what we want to do is to get the stroke and make that black. Okay, so we want the stroke to be black. Oh, the stroke line was totally transparent then, so I couldn't understand why I wasn't seeing it. So clearly we don't want the stroke to be that big. It's always worth checking each of the settings. So we do want it to be quite thick. Okay, so let's have it like that. Okay, and we want obviously this to be centered. So let's click on the text layer and just click on the move tool, and because we've got the magnetic snapping tool enabled in the menu there, as soon as we click in the center we know that that is centered within the shape behind it. Okay, so we now want to group, a good idea to group those two together so that they behave together. Okay, now I didn't group that together, did I then? So let me just go back again. So we need to select both of them, then group them together. It was just grouping the top one. So now we've got both layers grouped together. Okay, so if we now click on resize, it will resize them together. So whatever I do, it will do them together. Okay, let's zoom into that a bit and look at how can we distress that sign. There's a number of ways. If we use the eraser brush, for example, and we choose one of the more extreme brushes, okay, so maybe that one, and change the spacing. And it's a question of trying it and see what effect it has. Okay, got the eraser brush, and as we distress it or apply a brush, we can change the size of the brush, change the brush itself, change the opacity of the brush, the flow, the hardness of the brush. We can do all of that just to give it a particular effect. So we might want to just take it out a particular part like that. So we're just using the eraser really, nothing more, nothing less, and then increase the size, and then just go through and do whatever, and then change the brush style. Let's just go back to engraving, find something like that. You know, you might want to like really sort of distress it so it's legible, but you're really doing something extreme to it. Anything you like, and really the keys is finding the right brush that will do that for you. Okay, there we go. And then let's just increase, let's just have it slightly different. What about that one? Change the brush parameters as you see fit. Okay, so distress it however you want to. Once you've done that, maybe you actually want to take off. So let me just go back to a regular brush, a basic brush, and go down to a soft brush. I'm just using the square bracket keys to just delete, increase the size. Maybe I'm just going to take off a little bit of some of the lettering. Or the border. Okay. So you can choose how you want to distress anything that it is that you're doing. Okay, so now that's done, we can select that layer, we can click on it, and we can obviously do whatever we want to do to that. We can move it, resize it, we can flip it, we can do whatever. Now we just want to put that onto an image, whatever images that we want. So if we go back to this image and we actually delete this layer, and we'll delete that layer, and we'll just keep the background, whatever it is that you've created. Just copy that layer, go on to the destination image and paste it, and there's your symbol. Now it's black, obviously, because it was created as a black image color, but there's no reason why you can't change that at any time. So the layer properties, the effects of that layer, if you go to color overlay and change it from black to whatever color it is that you want, let's give it a shocking pink color, say something like that, a bit of a neon sign, and maybe you even want to give it a bit of an outer glow, so an outer glow to that. We don't want it to be white, let's give it a yellow outer glow. Okay, so it's subtle, but it's there. So if we just zoom in to see that outer glow, but you can experiment with what effect you want on that particular layer, which happens to be the text layer that we created on a separate working area. Okay, now of course you can change the blend mode of that. So at the moment it's on pass through, but you can have it on all sorts of different blend modes if you wish. Really, all of these here, might not be a bad idea to select everything, and merge them. Okay, not merging it with the bottom layer, we don't want to merge it with that, we just want to merge the top layers, but so the top layer can still sit independently, and so that you can then move it around and resize it. Okay, have a go at that. Please give us some feedback and some comments, and of course if you like it, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It all helps. And I haven't forgotten about the previous video made at Hinnick Hall. There are a couple more coming on him based at Hinnick Hall, but they'll be coming shortly. But I'm also working on some more graphic-based, text-based graphics video. So we'll be mixing and matching and having a one of one and one of the other. Eventually we'll have sort of 3 of each, and that'll be a small series of videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.